As we all know, UFC 304 is taking place in Manchester this July, and it's already causing an uproar among the British fans. Now, don't get me wrong, the British fans were excited at first when UFC announced its return to the UK with a pay-per-view event scheduled for July 27th at the new Co-op Live Arena. However, the mood quickly shifted when it was revealed that the main card for UFC 304 wouldn't start until 3 a.m. at local time, pushing their headliner to nearly 5:30 a.m. The timing is understandably frustrating for the UK fans who are used to more convenient viewing hours. Now, on the flip side, the UFC schedule strategy aims to maximize pay-per-view sales in the States, where it's less likely the average fan would pay a pay-per-view scheduled around 1 p.m. This is the key reason why many pay-per-views underperform during the afternoon hours in the US, with audience accustomed to a typical start time around 7 or 8 p.m. for the main card. And that's why I truly believe that the main card is going to be stacked and they want to capitalize it on the pay-per-view sales. Keeping that in mind, I've matchmaked a little bit and I've designed the ultimate main card for UFC 304, and I'm gonna be honest, if the UFC doesn't at least come close to replicating this lineup that I created, then they might as well host this fight during the UK time, because I've put together a card that's guaranteed to sell between 300 to 400k pay-per-views and will definitely please the hardcore fans, so let's dive into it. So the main event has to be Tom Aspinall defending the interim UFC heavyweight title against Curtis Blades, man. Yes, this is a rematch. If you didn't know, their first matchup concluded in a very anticlimactic fight when Aspinall injured his knee in just 15 seconds into the opening round, and now I believe it's the perfect time to run it back since Curtis has some momentum right now, since he derailed the hype train of Gelton Almeida, and currently Tom is the interim champion, or in the people's eyes, the real champion. And look, I understand that some people might point to Cyril Gane as a potential opponent instead, but Tom Aspinall has claimed that Gane has avoided fighting him several times, and Aspinall also alleged that Gane has previously dodged matchups with Sergey Pavlovich and Curtis Blades. Moreover, Aspinall disclosed that he only received the interim title fight only because Gane declined it. And I really don't think Gane will be fighting in this card in general, and I don't think the UFC will give Gane another title opportunity until he beats someone in the top 5. With all that being said, Tom Aspinall completely runs through Curtis Blades in this rematch, since Tom is probably the most talented heavyweight on the roster. He's 6'5", extremely athletic, extremely fast, real high level boxing techniques, fantastic jiu-jitsu, really good wrestling. I mean, the dude destroyed Alexander Volkov, Spivak, Alosky, and Sergey Pavlovich easy, and he doesn't get taken down, and when he does take you down, he mauls people or submits them. Blades will ultimately fail on his takedowns, then he'll be too cautious on the feet, then Tom will blitz him down. I'm telling you, bro. Moving on to the Coman event, it has to be Leon Edwards defending the welterweight strap against Belal Muhammad. And look, guys, I know nobody wants to see this matchup, but hey, it's gotta happen, alright? We've got to see it happen already and just get it over with, okay? Belal's been waiting for his title shot for over a year, so come on, let's throw him a bone and let's give him the title shot. And guys, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This fight might not have you on the edge of your seat. Both Leon Edwards and Belal Muhammad are solid fighters, but they're not exactly known for delivering a fun fight. In fact, I think it's impossible for those two to have a fun or a good fight. You don't often hear fans saying how wild their fights are. I think the average MMA fan would say it's more like a great time to grab some snacks without missing much, you know what I mean? But honestly, I think Leon Edwards will just outpoint Belal, just like how he did to Kamaru Usman and Kobe Covington. You know, just chop the body and the legs of Belal. And I truly believe Leon is just gonna cruise the fight to a decision. Leon has shown that he has the chops to handle that kind of style, so I have no doubt in my mind that he would easily beat Belal, man. Alright, now one of the featured fights I would add to the main card has to be MVP versus Wonderboy, man. And to be real with you, I have mixed emotions because it looks amazing on paper, but it's gonna be so boring to watch. So hear me out, okay? Both guys are karate fighters. They back up, lead their opponent in a sense of calm, and they meet them with a blitz of punches and kicks when they move in. but it doesn't really work if your opponent is just trying to do the same move. They're just gonna circle around, land every so often. MVP's gonna land a kick, Wonderboy's gonna like blitz in. Dude, it's gonna be boring, I'm just telling you guys. And look, I get that they're friends and maybe they aren't too keen on fighting each other, so that's where plan B comes in, which is MVP versus Jeff Neal. This match could be a really amp up when it comes to entertainment value. MVP thrives when he's up against a striker who's not just trying to make reads, but actively trying to knock him out. It's really gonna light a fire under him. Honestly, Jeff Neal could be the perfect matchup for MVP. That being said, MVP wins either way. Next up, for the fourth feature fight, technically it's the second fight on the card, but regardless, it really has to be Bobby Green versus Paddy. That's the only matchup that makes sense for Paddy right now. If you check out the top 15, there's just no easy fight for him, especially considering how close he came to losing against Jared Gordon. With all that being said, I don't think it's too much of a step up at all, because Bobby Green usually gets wobbled or stunned, normally in the first round. Call me crazy, but it would not surprise me if Paddy caught Bobby Green, okay? But honestly, I have to pick Green in this matchup. If he can avoid getting caught early, I think he's really going to start picking Paddy apart. It feels like Green could just go full Ultra Instinct in this fight and completely dismantle Paddy, leading him to a solid win by unanimous decision. I don't think Paddy would be able to ragdoll Bobby on the ground because Bobby Green has really good takedown defense. In fact, he has a 75% takedown defense. Yes, I'm aware Islam dominated him in the ground, but you just can't compare Islam's grappling to Paddy, man. And now we come to the last feature fight. It's actually the opener of the show, and this fight is actually booked in the card. I just want to kind of talk about it, which is Giga Chikadze versus Arnold Allen. Talk about a potential fight of the year, man. As we all know, both of these guys love to stand and bang, and Arnold is one of the most prestigious strikers in the UFC and always balanced under control, and he's quick as a cat. And Giga is literally one of the best kickboxers in MMA. That being said, I have to give the slight advantage to Arnold Allen because he has good grappling, and Giga doesn't really have the best takedown defense. I mean, the dude got taken down by Cater, so I think Allen gets the win if he takes down Giga down by unanimous decision. For some of the prelims, stack them up too. I would add Aljamain Sterling versus Josh Emmett, and Mokaev versus Brandon Royval, and you can add Molly McCain versus Cassie O'Neill. And at that point, I'm going to be real with you, that's a card that you cannot miss. But if they don't even come close to this card, I mean, they might as well fight at the Manchester time zone at that point, man. What do you guys think, man? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like always, guys, I'll see you guys on my next one.